Hi, it's the Jan Johnson, and thank you so much for tuning in today. And I've been focusing with you on the fact that network marketing is all about telling stories. And what we've been going over is the subject of learning how to do that, learning how to become a great storyteller so that you attract people to you in your network marketing business. And we've covered varying basics of it. And today what I want to cover is the basic of emotion. And that is any time that you can exert honest, heartfelt emotion in a story from a very real perspective, it is important for you to understand that people relate to that because they're emotional. And when you're touching on something that they relate to, again, it draws them to you. So we have a number of ways of drawing people to you now. Detail, through humor, and now we're talking about emotion. And emotion has to very importantly be honest, because emotion that is fakely welled up is really seen through. And so just when you're telling a story, if you're so inclined to interject that emotion that you felt during a particular incident, you will really begin to see how people then in turn open up to you. I've been talking for some reason a lot this week about my childhood, and although I have a whole lot of stories in life from my corporate existence and family and friends and that kind of thing, it seems to be that I've been focusing on my childhood. So I'm going to stick with that a minute, because you're beginning, if you've been following this week's blog, you're beginning to understand a little bit about that childhood. And the fact that, as I said, I grew up really poor in a 900 square foot house and slept on cardboard boxes, and actually watched my mom, as I'm the oldest of 7 kids, have nothing, be lonely because my father was never there, and to actually witness kind of vicariously through her what she was experiencing. And in the process of that, I often tell this story that I personally developed a mantra as a little girl that I repeated over and over in my head. I'm not going to live like my mom. I want more for my future children that I hope to have and for that family. I want them to be able to maybe not want for anything. I want to be able to give to them. And consequently, because of the experience that I had and what I decided about it, I was so emotionally involved in that I repeated it over and over and over again to myself, and I've shared with others that I've repeated that. And that is what forged me into doing whatever it took to go to figure out how to get to school and pay for my schooling and eventually get a job at IBM and work through the ranks of IBM. It was that mantra where I said, I'm not going to live like my mom. I want to have more for my future children than that. And I tell that story naturally, by the way. For some reason, that's just how it comes up in me, and I'm very open and I share that with people. So it's not like I do it to necessarily get it out of people and draw in that emotion. I've just observed over the years that it does. And so consequently, because I've observed that, I can now reverse engineer what I do and break it apart and share with you that I've observed that sharing emotion is helpful when you're telling a story. And that if you can understand that sharing emotion is helpful, maybe it will give you the guts or the courage to be able to share your story with emotion as well. And if you do, you'll see a world of difference in that. And it will help you as you're bringing people and attracting people into your network marketing business. If this video was helpful to you, please comment and share. I hope you have an awesome day. Thanks a lot.